What is up, everybody, and welcome back to TarHeelIllustrated.com for another edition of our Daily Drop. I'm Jacob Turner. He's THI publisher. Andrew Jones and AJ, we are here to talk about Cormac Ryan. And I'm going to read some quotes to kind of set this one up, kind of set the scene of what we're going to talk about. These are quotes from Carolina's win over Notre Dame, obviously a school Cormac was at before transferring to North Carolina, which obviously brought a little bit of an interesting angle to that on senior night. But just to quote Cormac real quick, talking about the game against Notre Dame, it was cool. I got a lot of love for Notre Dame. Obviously, I spent a lot of years there. They've got a really good team, and they're going to be a good team for years to come. But this is the interesting quote right here, Edge. This is the one that kind of is going to set up what we're going to talk about here. The way I look at it, I just always go out and compete. I say this with all due respect. I could care less who we're playing. I bring the same level of intensity and fire to every game. And I think he's shown that this year, AJ. And I think that quote illustrates the kind of player Cormac has been for this team. A, I think he's been a really good leader, but B, the tenacity, I'm going to use the word FU that he plays with. He's an FU guy. That's how he plays when he's out there. We talk about guys like that in football. We talk about guys like that in basketball, maybe not as much as we do on the football side, but you need guys like that on your team. And I've joked about this with a lot of Carolina, and I know Carolina fans will agree with a lot of Carolina fans this year. AJ, if Cormac Ryan's on Duke, every Carolina fan hates him because of how he plays. He's gritty. He's not afraid to throw his body around. He'll, get in altercation with guys and, sometimes sell it out a little bit more than he needs to. But when he's on your team and when you're a Carolina fan, watch him. You absolutely love him. So talk to me a little bit about not only Cormac's, the tenacity and kind of what he's brought to this team this year, but there's also some stats and some things that he's trending in the right direction late in this season, particularly offensively, which is a really, really good sign for North Carolina.
You just gave me an idea for a daily drop. So that's what I was writing.
We've been brainstorming that for the last few minutes.
I know. And it's one of my favorite terms is championship teams need screw you guys. I guess if we're not recording, we probably call them, F blank, 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 you guys. But keep it screw you guys, keeping it clean here because we are a family production. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. He is that guy. I mean, he is just just kill, man. Just squash like a bug. Mm-hmm. Now, he's not going to grab 30 rebounds. He's not going to defend in the post and block 15 shots or anything like that. He does block shots. He can block shots in transition. He's shown that.
He had a good one against Notre Dame. Yeah.
But when he comes off screens, with an edge. Mm-hmm. He drives to the basket. I'm going to destroy what's in my path, but with an understanding that you can't destroy what's in your path. It's a figurative thing. I just love the energy and intensity. And now that he's kind of found a fairly consistent groove, this team is better. People were dogging him, and I kept saying, just wait, give it time. I've watched this guy play at Notre Dame, man. He can ball. It just takes time for certain dudes to find their total comfort zone. Cormac was so used to being on the ball a lot when he was at Notre Dame and having the ball in his hands at the end of shot clock situations. One of the hardest things to learn how to do in basketball is to play off the ball. You never see a kid in his driveway working on by himself, cutting off screens, moving without the ball, flashing down the lane with a hand up and not yelling, "Hey, I'm open," because you're not supposed to yell, "Hey, I'm open." That's why you put your hand up. You never see a kid working on that. What do you see him do? You see him shoot, dribble, shoot, dribble, shoot, dribble. So a lot of guys take a long time to learn how to be really good playing without the ball in their hands. And if Carolina's starting five played 40 minutes, a guy like Cormac might have the ball in his hands for 45 seconds or a minute combined in the game. So what are you doing the rest of the time? If you become really good at doing all that stuff, especially offensively, when the ball's not in your hands, you're going to create opportunities for the ball to get in your hands and do stuff with it and to help your team. And I think that's what Cormac brings to this club. He has learned how to incorporate his playing off the ball into what everybody else is doing. And if you notice the threes he's getting are from different spots now. For a while, a lot of them were from the corner. but he's getting them all over the perimeter now. And that's a big part of him being so much better. I mean, he's always been really good playing off the ball, but you have to learn how to do it in some form of synchronicity with the other guys.
Yeah.
And that's been sort of the last piece to fall into place with these guys. And also, Elliott continuing to be connected and that kind of thing, kind of further strengthening his connection as a freshman playing with a bunch of older dudes. And that is happening right before our very eyes. So I love that about Cormac. And the thing that really impressed me about Tuesday night and talking to him after the game about Notre Dame is he didn't care. I asked him, I said, did it make it easier that you basically don't know anybody over there? Because Notre Dame has had a total transformation as much as any program in America. From Mike Bray and his staff going on. I was wondering, I should have asked him, I was wondering if they even have a new nutritionist for the program. Seriously, there's just so much newness over there. And that may have helped, but Ryan doesn't strike me as the guy that when he steps across the white line, the baseline, the sideline, that there's any emotion involved. It's all about accomplish the mission. And the mission is to nuke and pave.
All business.
Nuke and pave who's ever in the path. I don't care if they've got Irish and a leprechaun on their shirt. I don't care. If that's where I have my degree from, and I spent 4 years and played 3, and he swears by Mike Bray, all that stuff. He's a Tar Heel now. And I thought it was wild, just wild. Talk about another little reminder of the crazy era we're in college athletics. It's senior night. And each of the seniors, the guys playing their last home game, supposedly, each of them got one. They did a segment where, they do, hi, I'm John Henson, and I'm a Tar Heel. Hi, I'm Tyler Zeller, and I'm a Tar Heel. They did it for the 7 seniors. And the Cormac Ryan one is, hi, I'm Cormac Ryan, and I'm a Tar Heel. And Notre Dame is in the building.
I know, that's great, isn't it?
And he said it like he's a Tar Heel. I remember when Brady Mannix came out, and it's like, that was genuine. I think Cormac has had the same or a very similar experience of being fully ingratiated into all things Carolina Blue this year, like Brady did. Mm-hmm. And he's still got more season to go. Let's remember, Brady's star rose from this point on more than prior to that. Who knows what it's going to be for Cormac. But he's playing good ball. I like the aggressiveness. I like him getting to the free throw line some. He's got to shoot a little bit better from the free throw line. And if he's playing productively, this team is exceptionally difficult to beat.
And let's talk about that before we head on out of here real quick. Let's throw a couple stats out there. 8 of the last 11 games, Cormac's hit multiple threes. Positive for North Carolina. 13 point per game average for Cormac in the last 6 games. That's a positive for North Carolina. You look at these stats. I'm sure there's more out there we could read off. He's trending in the right direction. We've talked about it. I've tweeted about it and talked about it so much, not only on podcasts this year with you, but for fans and Carolina fans talking about the team and some of their concerns. And I've always said this team, in my opinion, is so much better when Cormac's a threat from outside. We've seen him struggle at times. Make no mistakes about it. He has had some games this year that he'd like to forget about offensively. But like you said, he always brings it in some sort of way on the court, meaning he's always a positive addition to this team. But when he's a real positive, what sets him apart and what can take this team to the next level is when he's a threat from outside offensively. And when you look at those stats right there, he's trending in the right direction. It feels like North Carolina is trending in the right direction. If he continues to keep this play up, it just makes Carolina so much more of a dangerous team. And that's what you want to be heading into March. So talk to me a little bit about that, because, it's just, he's heading in the right direction. That's a really good thing for Carolina.
He's always been a fairly inconsistent shooter from the perimeter. So, and even in the last 8 of the last 11 that we're talking about, the ones in which he didn't hit multiple threes, he had 1 for 9, for example, last Monday against Miami, but RJ went for 42.
Yeah, it didn't really matter, did it?
It did, but it didn't. But he still defended. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. He is a really underrated defensive player.
Agreed.
I was standing next to him yesterday, Tuesday night, after interviews ended. I actually grew up in the neighborhood of a guy whose son played AAU ball with Cormac. I had never talked to him about it. And this guy reached out to me here recently, and I wanted to bring it up to him. And so I said it, I brought it up, and I said something to him, and he's standing next to me, and he seems like a tall 6'5". Mm-hmm. He's a long 6'5". I think that he defensively he plays a little bit longer than 6'5". He's got really good length, and he moves his feet well. He's tenacious. He's a much better defensive player than people give him credit for. That's one of the reasons why I think this team is so good defensively, is they defend well at all different aspects of the court. But as far as the offense goes, he's gonna if Carolina plays 6 games in the NCAA tournament, he's gonna have an 0 for 7 from 3 game. He's gonna have that, just because that's sort of been who he's been all along in college. But he's still gonna do screw you things on the court. He's not just a shooter. He doesn't always dip his hands into a lot of the stat lines, but he's doing things to affect those stat lines. He boxes out well, so he allows teammates to get rebounds. He's a guy that communicates exceptionally well on the court defensively. He moves a lot more offensively now, which I think is opening up more stuff. So even if he is over 7, that dude can hit the next one and then hit like 5 in a row. He's just that kind of player. So he commands respect from opposing teams, and that's what they needed. They needed teams to respect all 5 on the court. And if Elliott has the ball in his hand, you obviously got to respect RJ. You obviously have to respect Harrison, especially the catch and shoot 3, or if there's room for him to back his guy down. And you got to respect all the things that Armando could do, and you must respect Cormac Ryan. And if he's hitting, takes Carolina to a different level. There's Absolutely. No doubt about it. But his competitive nature, Hubert said after the game Tuesday, like Cormac's the guy in the huddle.
Yeah.
When the team huddles on the court, they come to the bench in the locker room before they come out, or if they're walking out to the hallway and Zayden High's got the boombox over his shoulder. Cormac's the guy that gives a lot of audible fanny smacks. Mm-hmm. He's a fanny smacker.
He's a leader.
Harrison's a fanny smacker too. I think the other Armando was barking pretty hard in the huddle yesterday, or Tuesday night, excuse me. And I got my days all screwed up because it's March and it's a whirlwind.
Every day is the same.
But Cormac brings that stuff. He's going to be an asset in the postseason. They're going to be in a stage where he's going to make a winning play when he's 1 for 6 from the floor. Mm-hmm. He's just that kind of guy.
Yeah, people such a valuable player to have on your team.
People need to appreciate that. There's no one ever talks about this team being soft, which is sometimes a tag with Carolina basketball, because it's guys like Cormac that don't make them soft. Cormac makes them a rugged team, and they also have skill. There's so many things to like about them, and Cormac is one of those things.
Couldn't agree more, man. He's the leadership thing that's one thing I've noticed all year. He's the guy in the middle of the game when a dead ball or before somebody shoots free throws. He's the one who's saying a lot in that on the court huddle that they have before that. I mean, I've just noticed that since minute 1. It's not just about scoring with him. He has had his off nights, and Carolina's a lot better team when he is hitting from the outside. Make no mistakes about it, but he's not just one dimensional in that respect. He always brings something to the court, and I think he always helps the team win when they do win games. So if there's any
I'll put it this way. If you see him doing the tennis player fist pump with a little behind it, that's a good sign for North Carolina.
Absolutely, AJ. And real quickly, I want to bring something up that we're doing for this show specifically. Let's do a THI giveaway, AJ. I know we talked about it a little bit off camera. I know it's something we've brought up a couple of times and wanted to do. I'm thinking from our discussions, I think we could do 50 signups, right? Is that what we're thinking? 50 signups at TarHeelIllustrated.com. And if you do that, tell the people what we're going to do. We're going to do 50 signups. What are we going to do with that if we can get 50 signups for our TarHeelIllustrated.com over the next few days?
Well, let's get 50 people to sign up for a 1-year subscription at $8.33 a month, and you get tons and tons of stuff. If you're just a YouTube consumer of our stuff, you only got a little bit here. There's a lot of stuff that is premium content that we're not going to put out here for obvious reasons, because we got to pay the bills. We are a business, and we are a media outlet. It costs money to cover this team on the road.
Yeah, got to keep the lights on.
And to do the work that we do. So what we're going to do here is if you sign up, we're going to try to get 50 people. Let's get 50 people to sign up to THI in the next couple of days. Mm-hmm. And we're going to randomly select at least one person and maybe 2 that we're going to give you a chance to give away a free THI membership.
I like that.
So look, if you love Carolina football and basketball and recruiting, you should be on the site anyway. It's a no-brainer. Mm-hmm. So just go ahead and sign up now. Now's a great time to do it because, by the way, it's March. Mm-hmm. And if you get randomly chosen, you get to give away a 1-year subscription to THI as a gift to somebody that you care about, either a good friend or a family member. So I guess, so you look good.
Yeah.
They won't know it's a gift. They'll think you're a big spender and you look good. And they get to get on THI and access ton of our stuff. Then you guys can be experts when you go hang out wherever you hang out.
Exactly, guys. $8.33 a month. Let's get 50 signups over the next few days. And again, we'll give away a couple free subscriptions that you can give away after that. Really good incentive. And again, you're not just signing up to sign up. You get a lot of extra perks. And think about it as a way to support the channel on the YouTube side if that's what you're really into. Everything, all the money we make goes back into it, man. And we put a lot of this, all of it. I know some goes to paying out staff, obviously, but a big chunk of it, if not most of it, goes back into the website so we can produce different types of content. Equipment. I mean, it's a lot that goes into it and a lot of things we'd like to do and that we're working towards. But again, it's a business and we need more financial backing in order to do that. So 50 signups, then we'll give a couple away. Let us know if you do sign up too. Shoot us a DM on Twitter at Hill Illustrated. Heck, reach out to me at Jacob Turner THI. Hey, and if you do end up getting signed up, you can even post something on our premium message boards now that you'll have access to it about, hey guys, I just signed up. You know, happy to be a part of an awesome community here at Tar Heel Illustrated. We love to hear from our subscriebers and everything too. So get involved. We love it.
Do that on Twitter or send us Twitter DM. I'm on the Twitter DM a lot. Jacob's on there too, and Kevin's on there some. So do that, and one of us will reach out to you, and we'll know anyway because we can track obviously when the signups occur. So we'll be on top of it. And once we hit 50, we'll randomly. I think we'll do 2. Let's go ahead and do 2.
Yeah, let's do 2.
It goes really well, and if we end up going past 50, then maybe we'll do 3, maybe we'll do 4. Who knows? Yeah, we're feeling as long as Rivals is cool with it.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll roll with it.
Yeah, maybe we'll even shout if we get to 50. Maybe we'll even shout the put the list of 50 on a podcast and shout them out on a podcast too. I think that'd be a pretty cool way to show them some love. You know what I'm saying? So
that would be. By the way, someone is walking outside with a pizza box, holding it out like this. And it is a torrential downpour. Well, not torrential, but it's pretty hard. The raindrops are splashing enough. Yeah, I mean, apparently that's not very good pizza.
The things you see and hear on a daily drop. That's I didn't have that one on my list for today's topics, AJ. But I mean, you see it all when you're here at TarHeelIllustrated.com. So get involved, get signed up, keep supporting the YouTube side as well. Like the video below. We appreciate the love and support. As always, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell too. I've been Jacob Turner. He's been Andrew Jones. Another edition of the Daily Drop. See y'all next time. Thanks.